Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Jay's definitely.
Jay helped you?
Yeah.
How did he
As a
help you?
competitor.
Explain it.
Yeah, because he never was someone that you communicate with that you like friends with the person. But I always respected him because he was never an actual competitor in actual fact. He was someone who was a competitor to perception.
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z.
And B was, one time she jumped off of the ledge, came running over because she thought me and Jay had issues. And I was like, what the? And I was like, did she really just jump down and run over here like that?
Beyoncé jumped off a ledge.
Yeah, what happened? It was in the Cosmopolitan, huh?
Right. She really a superhero.
She jumped down and no, she was like, this what? Like that Bonnie and Clyde for real? You try this or what, boy? I'm here.
Word.
She sound like at me. I said,
Was Solange with her?
She looked at me like that. I was like, what?
This news storm connects old rumors, recent scandals, and long-buried accusations. At the center of it all is 50 Cent, a man who has spent the last 20 years calling out people he believes are protected by the industry. One of those people is Diddy. But now the message has changed. According to 50, the next wave of information will not stop with one mogul. It now reaches into the world of Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Oprah Winfrey. Three of the biggest names in modern entertainment. Three people who have been talked about for years, but have never been directly warned until now. The spark came when 50 Cent hinted that he is sitting on brand new exposing footage connected to the same circle involved in the Diddy scandal. He said that the documentary on Sean Combs was only the first chapter. Right after posting these hints, he repeated a line that spread quickly across social media. "You are next." Fans immediately connected the dots. Many believed he was speaking about Jay-Z and Beyoncé. People started asking why them, why now, and why right after the release of the Diddy documentary. The answer seems to lie in long-running rumors about a tight inner circle in the entertainment industry, a circle protected for years by money, secrecy, and powerful relationships. When the Netflix documentary about Diddy was released, people pointed out how close Jay-Z and Diddy had been for many years. They were business partners and often attended the same parties. Their social circles overlapped many times. Beyoncé also moved in those same elite spaces. From photo shoots to Rock Nation brunches to Grammy backstage rooms, the same names appeared again and again. 50 Cent hinted that people connected to Diddy might not be safe now that tapes and evidence are being looked at by the public.
These were private conversations, and that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on. And the really enraging part about it is that Mark Agnifilo won this case for Diddy with legal strategy. It wasn't just an accident that this jury that had heard all of this in the news before the trial voted not guilty on all the serious charges. It was Mark Agnifilo that did that. Yet Diddy secretly records this guy and embarrasses him. And yeah, you could say, well, Diddy never expected that it would end up being broadcast somewhere else. Well, okay, but Diddy was planning on using it, or he wouldn't have had it recorded in the first place. So it's just really, really unfair. And I know that in a way this sounds crazy, that I'm getting so upset about Diddy, and yet there's video of Diddy beating Cassie. Well, that's horrendous, but that doesn't mean you can't look at something else as well. And I just think, as a lawyer, I just think this is just so outrageous that he would do something like this, and not even understanding what Agnifalo's legal theory was. Because I will tell you that when we did our first documentary on Diddy, which was 8 months before the trial, Mark Agnifalo said to me on camera that he is going to tell this jury that this was a successful black man that prosecutors were trying to take down because they couldn't get into his bank accounts because they were clean, and he couldn't deal with they couldn't deal with taxes because he wasn't committing tax fraud. So they go into his bedroom. And that's what Mark Agnifalo said 8 months before. And he goes into the trial and he essentially wins that argument. Whether you believe it or not, a jury that sat through the whole thing, they believed it. And ultimately they convicted him on this BS Mann Act thing. So Diddy won that case. And one of the reasons he won the case is something that Agnifalo got criticized for. That when he did the documentary with me, he was making a joke about the baby oil. Remember, he said, oh, well, you know, I didn't know he bought in bulk. He must have bought 1,000 bottles at Costco. And a lot of people just slammed him for that and said, how dare you? You're being disrespectful. The baby oil is the smoking gun in this case. Agnifalo knew all along that the baby oil was Diddy's best defense, because when Agnifalo got before that jury in closing argument, he looked at them and he said, well, the feds came in with their armor and artillery and guns. And what did they do? They got 1,000 bottles of baby oil off the streets. Ooh, he said, the streets are safer now. And the jury laughed. And that laugh told Agnifalo he should keep going on that. And that the trial itself was absurd because the baby oil was really the punchline to the whole.
Fans also remembered that 50 Cent once accused Jay-Z of protecting certain Hollywood circles. Many linked this to 50's earlier claims that powerful people protect each other. Now the tension feels stronger because 50 has shown that he is not afraid to put everything on camera. He already exposed Diddy's private life in a documentary watched around the world. So when he said you were next, people took it seriously. To understand this warning, you have to look at the long history between 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Their rivalry goes back to the early 2000s. It was competitive from the beginning. Jay-Z reportedly tried to slow down 50's rise by telling people in the industry not to work with him. He even mentioned 50 in his Summer Jam freestyle, warning him not to push too hard. 50 took that personally, and the tension never fully went away. Over time, their careers moved in different directions. Jay-Z became the quiet billionaire who controls brands, award shows, sports deals, luxury partnerships, political connections, and elite friendships. 50 Cent became the loud disruptor who built his empire through television, business ventures, and direct call-outs. They represent two different types of power. Jay-Z keeps influence by staying silent. 50 gains influence by speaking openly. So when 50 exposes something, people listen because they know he does not hold back.
And it seems like 50 Cent has set his sights on someone new after the Diddy Netflix documentary. If you aren't aware, 50 Cent has been getting insane feedback from the Netflix documentary he made on Diddy. Sean Combs' The Reckoning is what it's called. And it's #1 all over Netflix, beating even Stranger Things. Diddy himself has responded to it saying the stories are false, of course, denying everything, and even trying to do a cease and desist on the Netflix documentary. And after this Diddy documentary, a lot of people have been wondering who's the next person that deserves to get exposed. And Jay-Z is the one that a lot of people are pointing their finger at. And the reason why Jay-Z has been getting a lot of this type of backlash is because Jay-Z was really close to Diddy. At one point, Diddy was even calling him his brother, and that Jay-Z's the only one that can call him his real name, Sean, that maybe there's something on Jay-Z's side that has been going on behind the scenes. Now, there hasn't been any solid proof yet, but Nicki Minaj has been going at Jay-Z for quite some time, talking about Jay-Z is manipulative and he steals, and he's been pushing a narrative, and that Roc Nation has control and power over a lot of things. And I can kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent. We got to remember when Jay-Z went up on the Grammy stage and said Beyonce never won Album of the Year and complained about that, literally the following year, Beyonce wins Album of the Year, which is just something like, if that doesn't show you that there is some power going on there, that there is something behind the scenes that Jay-Z controls, it's clear as day that it's all politics on who wins Grammys, you know, who gets the better light and things. So that kind of opened my eyes, you know, as to Roc Nation's power and how they manipulate things in the media. I'll never forget, Jay-Z would get this like special treatment all the time when it comes to the media. I mean, Hot 97, when they interviewed Jay-Z, they literally rolled out a red carpet. They never did that for any other artist. So Jay-Z's always had this kind of special treatment when it came to things. But now the question is Jay-Z involved in crazier things? I mean, there's been a lot of speculation in a lot of different ways. And people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent wanting him to do a Jay-Z documentary. And it looks like he might actually do it, because on Instagram, he posted a drawing of Jay-Z that kind of makes fun of his looks. And he posted that photo and he said this in the caption: "Please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not going to post it." Basically making a joke, you know, because obviously he posted it on his social media. But, and here's the interesting but in this, is someone commented on the post, and the comment got liked by 50 Cent. And this is the comment. It's from Dom KMDA. I hope I pronounced that right. Dom Kanmada. He commented saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 ended up liking that comment. And here's the thing. I actually saw this on Twitter and X, you know, whatever, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to confirm, is this real? Because a lot of people Photoshop these type of things just to create drama and create this speculation. So I actually DM'd the guy himself, and I showed him the photo, and I asked him, "Hey, is this a real photo? Did 50 like your comment?" He said, "Hey, yes, he did." And I was like, perfect. Thank you for confirming. Thought it was Photoshopped. I will appreciate the response. And he said, "I was surprised as well. Didn't see that coming." So shout out to him for, you know, responding to my DM and confirming that, you know, the comment actually got liked by 50, because, you know, a lot of people Photoshop and spread narratives. So me being the proper journalist, or whatever you want to call me, news reporter, I, you know, wanted to go get to the source and see if it was actually real. There's also something that's very interesting that went over a lot of people's heads, and that's the documentary coming out on December 2nd. That Diddy documentary coming out on that date. Literally 2 days later, you have Jay-Z's birthday, December 4th, which to me sends a subliminal message to Jay-Z that you're next. So that's crazy. That just, to me, you know, shows that 50 is potentially going to work on something going at Jay-Z, and he might get Nicki Minaj involved, because Nicki Minaj has a huge issue with Jay-Z with a lot of things, and I don't even know the full details of that, because she's gone at Jay-Z for quite some time now.
Years passed, and Jay-Z continued building relationships with other powerful figures in entertainment. That includes Diddy, that includes Oprah, that includes people connected to major corporate networks. Each time 50 Cent saw something he believed was being hidden, he responded with jokes or cryptic posts. But he never directly warned Jay-Z before. This is the first time he has suggested that he has footage that could affect the Carters. Fans see this as a major change because 50 does not usually bluff. When he says he has documents, footage, or a story, he often releases it. That is why Jay-Z and Beyoncé suddenly became the focus of online discussions. Now comes the Oprah connection. Many people wondered why Oprah's name started appearing in conversations about Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and the Diddy circle. The answer comes from resurfaced accusations against Oprah. Along with 50 Cent's long history of criticizing her, 50 has often said that Oprah uses her influence selectively. He accused her of ignoring powerful white men during the height of the Me Too movement while putting strong pressure on black entertainers. He mentioned her focus on R. Kelly in a documentary and her past support of Harvey Weinstein. He also never forgot that Oprah once refused to interview him.
Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein, he was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here with that. If that was your daughter, would you let God handle it? All those people, they ain't denounced him. They ain't definitely, they can't come forward and say, yo, I support him. Because it would mess up their brand. It would mess up their brand. Jay-Z, we the only one could call each other Sean. Jay is the only one could call me Sean. I'm the only one could call him Sean. Get the hell out of here. If that ain't no fun boy stuff, but you ain't had not one person, brother, not one person sit there, denounce what he did, or come forward and say, I support him.
The story goes deeper. Accusations resurfaced about how Oprah treated several black celebrities. Ludacris said Oprah edited his responses and criticized him about rap music while he was promoting a film. Dave Chappelle said Oprah pushed him to admit paranoia instead of understanding the pressure he was facing. Monique accused Oprah of blackballing her after the film Precious. Taraji P. Henson said she was severely underpaid for The Color Purple, and 50 Cent supported many of these claims. There were also controversies around the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. Incidents in 2007 and 2011 brought public criticism. In recent years, some people spread extreme conspiracy theories trying to link Oprah to missing children or secret locations. Most of those claims were proven false, but the controversy still affects her public image. Now that 50 is already targeting one powerful mogul through a documentary, fans believe Oprah could be next, especially since 50 said some of the industry figures he plans to expose are people we would least expect. Hollywood connections are rarely random. In this situation, the paths of Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy cross more often than many realize. Oprah has interviewed Beyoncé several times and has spoken highly of the Carters' business success. Jay-Z has attended Oprah's events, and she has publicly supported some of his projects. Beyoncé has performed at major charity events connected to Oprah's network.
On why Beyonce didn't want to speak and does not speak to Brandy. And the truth of the matter is that she go back there with Monica and Kelly, and there go Patti LaBelle, and then there goes Solange, all right? And there's a reason why Solange is around as well. Because if you guys don't know, for a while, Solange and Beyonce actually were not on speaking terms, but they're back talking now, they're back cool, and basically Solange is around to keep Beyonce spiritually protected. Solange is the spiritual protector of that family. Don't get it twisted. Mama Tina is powerful. Solange is the most powerful list. You better ask some damn body, all right? Now, the reason why Beyonce ain't came to speak to Brandy, baby, is because Beyonce does not talk to anyone who used to sleep with Jay-Z, okay? Whether you guys know it or not, and I have to say allegedly, right? Jay-Z and Brandy used to talk back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like late 90s type stuff, right? Brandy always kept Jay-Z on the low back in the day because, quite honestly, he was too ugly to be out in public with. I'm just keeping it real. To claim him publicly, he was too ugly back in the day. Now, when you try to search up pictures of Jay-Z and Brandy, you will find... Hold up, let me see. Hold up. Let me see, because I thought I had a picture of them two. Brandy and Jay-Z. Now this would have been from let's see, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Brandy and Jay-Z. Okay, there we go. Now this picture of them was in 2002. All right, and this was I think was at one of her album release parties, if I'm not mistaken. This was a year after Moesha rap, because Moesha went off air in 2001. Yes, he was dealing with Beyonce at the time as well, and Luke Cantrell, he was, let me say, Jay-Z was laying it low and spreading it wide. Jay-Z was one of those dudes in the industry that, you know, you messed around with. He piped you down. But before he was really him, you did not claim him publicly because he was just simply too ugly. It was what it was. But Jay-Z was in love with Brandy then. He's not in love with her now, but he still has love and feelings towards her. He's one of those people that feels like once he done had you and once he done loved you, he always feels like he has like possession over you. Jay-Z is one of those kind of men, baby. I don't know if they told you. Jay-Z is extremely, extremely, extremely jealous, extremely, extremely controlling, and extremely, extremely possessive. That's another reason why. Hold up. Where'd the picture go? Wait a minute. Where'd the picture go? That's another reason why Beyonce up here. Wait. Anyway, y'all get the point. That's another reason why Beyonce, over the years, a lot of the music that she's made, it's always been with him. A lot of the remixes, it's always been with him or somebody that he approves of her to work with, okay? Jay-Z was so damn controlling, he didn't even want her father, talking about Matthew Knowles now, he didn't want her father managing her anymore, and he stepped in. And if y'all notice, when Jay-Z stepped in as Beyonce's manager, the music changed, everything changed, and the money started to get effed up. But that's another story for another day. We're not getting on that right now. We're sticking with Brandy and Jay-Z right now. So they started messing around on the low in the 90s. Even to the early 2000s, they were still messing around. I'm not exactly sure which year the relationship officially ended, but just know that Jay-Z was just basically good for, that was what he gave. He gave big, I don't know no other way to put it, but he was like, for the ladies that's watching, you know, like if you ever dealt with like a tall, ugly with big pipe, you went to him to get piped down, but you would not like ever like claim him like that because he was just super ugly. He was what it was. And before he really blew up, didn't nobody want to be seen with him like that. It is what it is. And quite frankly, Jay-Z dated a lot of your favorite female stars from back in the day, but they would not claim him publicly.
Diddy and Jay-Z also had a long business relationship. They worked together on music, attended major parties, and shared the same luxury spaces. Many believe these circles share information, resources, and powerful connections. This is exactly the type of group that 50 Cent suggests is now under pressure. Ray J added to the speculation by claiming that elite names connected to Diddy were worried about hidden tapes. He said some of the biggest stars were trying to distance themselves from the mogul. Whenever people talked about elites in Diddy's circle, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were often mentioned. Not because they were accused of wrongdoing, but because they were present in the same rooms, award shows, investment groups, after parties, and inner circles of Hollywood power.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. After that, he got some shit. He started drinking. His pictures with him like thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it's like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation, bro. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out. Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the Dealey sign, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a lot.
No, that was a real suburb question.
I know, right? Proximity.
Hold on.
And the proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Do you think he knew all of the shit that was going on? Yeah, that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it...
Like I said...
No matter how you answer that, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a narc kind of question.
You asked the question like a fan.
Hey, I grew up with white people, but one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
He said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechemin-de-Roi.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're going to be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took...
Not that it's real enough.
I took a pill. But it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I just give her a drink so she forget what the...
This is why 50 Cent's warning feels different. It is not just random gossip. It is based on connections. Connections linking Oprah's controversies, Diddy's scandals, Jay-Z's silence, and Beyoncé's carefully managed public image into one sensitive network. 50 Cent has made it clear that Hollywood networks do not intimidate him. He wants to expose them. Many people thought the Diddy documentary would only affect Diddy, but the impact has been much larger. Anyone who worked with him, attended his events, or was part of his private circle is now being closely watched. That includes artists, producers, models, actors, and even political figures. When 50 Cent said he is releasing more documentaries, some people became nervous. Not necessarily because they are guilty, but because they know 50 investigates deeply and does not care how powerful someone is. Lawyers began reviewing old cases. Publicists started rewriting statements. Some celebrities quietly removed pictures with Diddy from their social media. These actions made the public even more curious, leading to more questions about who knew what and who ignored warning signs. The documentary suggested that Diddy showed a long pattern of extreme behavior. Several celebrities claimed they noticed signs. So the simple question now is who else knew and who chose to stay silent.
This Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the 50 Cent Diddy doc. First and foremost, we've been talking about this thing, Jack, for going on 2 years now. And once again, thank you for even being, I guess you could say, a beacon during this whole conversation as far as kind of spreading light on a lot of things that go down in the industry that, you know, the normal person may not even see or hear about that happens in the day-to-day. Did you really think 50 Cent, when he first mentioned it, that there was an actual documentary being worked on?
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like, my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like, the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
That makes sense.
So it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I mean, for crying out loud, Diddy sent him freak off videos.
True. Very true.
Interviews
very true.
about it.
Did you feel that just 50 Cent's name being attached to it again? These are two, as everyone knows, the three names in hip hop are Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent when it comes to the status of where you could get as a business or a brand.
I guess so.
So for the top three individuals, for one to go at the other and release this doc, I don't know, what does that say to again, I keep asking about the hip hop state of things. What does that say to hip hop? Like, are we our own downfall? I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what you consider hip hop. Like, I don't consider any of this debauchery, any of this animalistic crap. I don't consider any of this hip hop. I grew up in hip hop. You know, I know what hip hop culture is, and it's none of this stuff that people are selling.
I mean, when did it stop being hip hop? We're gonna go through the documentary itself, but when did it stop?
It stopped being hip hop when it became corporatized. It stopped being hip hop when certain groups of people saw that they could use it to influence the mass public. When people saw how influential hip hop was, it became very clear. Once upon a time, not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life, you know, where laws were stern and justice stood and people were behaving like they ought to good. There lived a little boy and he was misled by another little boy. And this is what he said. Me and you, kid, we gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making a dash.
Come on.
Like, they did the job and money came with ease, but one couldn't stop us like he had a disease. He robbed another and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a detective undercover.
Jay-Z attended parties. Beyoncé appeared at events connected to Diddy's network. Oprah praised many of the same figures who are now being questioned. This does not mean they were involved in anything wrong, but their names appear in the same conversations. That alone is enough for the internet to start watching closely. 50 Cent said this is only the beginning. He promised that more names are coming. Since he already challenged one of the biggest moguls in hip-hop, people expect his next target to be just as powerful. Many ask why 50 Cent is leading this wave of exposure. The reason is simple. He is one of the few entertainers who does not fear losing access. Jay-Z, Diddy, Oprah, and Beyoncé built their power through alliances, connections, and carefully protected images. 50 built his power differently. His strength comes from independence. His television empire runs on its own. His businesses stand on their own. His fame continues with or without approval from major networks. That is why he can say what others only whisper. That is why he can challenge celebrities who seem untouchable. And that is why his documentary created so much fear. If 50 Cent is willing to confront someone as powerful as Diddy, then he may be willing to expose anyone if he believes the public deserves to know the truth. Throughout his career, 50 has embraced conflict. He has challenged rappers, producers, and even billionaires. He often supports his claims with interviews, lawsuits, investigations, and testimonies. His fans believe he does not need to lie. In fact, he gains more by speaking the truth openly. That makes him a threat in an industry built on silence. So when he said that Jay-Z and Beyoncé should pay attention because they might be next, people believed him.
I heard Puff say this in front of a bunch of people in the studio. Me and him got into it that night. And we started snapping and joking and talking to each other. When he said about Danny the Kane, he said, they going to keep on messing with me. Or he said the word effing with me. They going to keep on effing with me, and I'm going to when you hear people saying this, this is crazy. This is so crazy right now because I heard him say it. But to know that he was doing it, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother light right now, bro. He said it. I'm going to drug them out and pimp them out to my they keep with me. And he was talking about Danny the Kane as a group. He didn't single out any one of them. But to hear that he did it, that's just crazy to me. We had a big argument and we started talking about each other and what he had and what he didn't have. He was calling me, yo, you broke cop. This like, you ain't got nothing I ain't got. I got a watch, you got a watch. I got a ring, you got a ring, I got a chain, I got a home. We went through that whole like that. We start talking about his teeth. You understand? I start talking about, him, his breath, everything. We was going at each other. That next day at his house, he said, yo, Gene, he called me upstairs and he said, yo, Gene, I couldn't talk to him like that no more in front of people and everything like that. Because I know me and Puff go back from the same gang since 89, 90 when he got jumped in it. You understand? We go back way to that time. So I knew him. You understand? He was like a little nephew. So when he started talking to him, I said, yo, listen here, bro. You don't say shit about me, I won't say shit about you. If you say something, you open up your mouth about me, I'm going to talk about all your green dentures and all that like that. We're not playing them games, bro. He said, all right, Gene, cool. You understand? People don't understand, bro. You know, the love and the power I had, not only in Harlem, Queens, you know, I had dudes all over New York City, from the Bronx, everybody that had mad love for me because I looked out. You understand? I made sure, you know, that people needed knowledge and information on certain things. They had a lot of people that was on parole that was in the music business. I used to save guys by letting them know their rights and what the people could and couldn't do to them. So I had a lot of genuine love from a lot of dudes. You don't be around a K. Slay for over 20-something years, a Chaz Williams over 20-something years, and be some kind of sucker, and was right next to him, you know, doing all their functions, all their situations and everything like that, running security for them, making sure that people were safe in the whole 9 yards. You understand? I had my man Pete, you know, I had people calling me, yo, look out for Nate Dogg when he come to New York. Look out for Mac 10, look out for Exhibit, doing stuff like that, Good Brothers and everything like that. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, bro, is that to be at that type of status and be that type of person and do the things that I did, you understand, I had to have people who were in that lifestyle have mad love.
Right now, everyone is wondering what the new footage actually contains. 50 Cent has not shared details, but many believe it is connected to the same Hollywood environments shown in the Diddy documentary. It could include behind-the-scenes recordings, security footage, or witness testimonies about how certain celebrities acted around Diddy. It might involve parties, business deals, or private conversations that were never meant to be public. Most people do not think the footage shows Jay-Z or Beyoncé doing anything illegal. Instead, some believe it may reveal what they knew about Diddy or the people around him. In the public eye, knowledge can be as damaging as action. If footage suggests that certain celebrities were aware of troubling behavior but stayed silent, the reaction could be strong, especially now that many alleged victims have spoken out. The footage might also show more about the elite circles that Oprah, Jay-Z, and other moguls supported or interacted with. It could reveal how the industry protected certain figures for years. That kind of exposure can frighten powerful people because once the full picture becomes public, old alliances may fall apart. This is why 50 Cent appears confident about his next documentary. He knows people are watching closely, and he believes the next release could change how the public views Hollywood power.
50 Cent has been working on this documentary for almost 2 years. The footage he has is insane. The people he got speaking about Diddy is ridiculous. And on top of that, the only place he agrees to do the interview, Rob, if you can show this, he goes and interviews with ABC. And there's an Instagram post he put up, Rob. I don't know if you have that or not. If you go on his Instagram account, he goes and does the interview about Diddy's documentary on ABC. And they say the reason why he did it on ABC, it's that one right there, Rob, the one you had it on, is because ABC news station is one of only few stations they're allowed to watch in prison. With that smile. So he wants Diddy to know the world is watching you and what you...
Social media reacted strongly when 50 hinted that Jay-Z and Beyoncé should be concerned. Opinions were divided but intense. Some fans felt 50 was going too far. Others believe he was saying what many people already suspected. Many think the entertainment industry has protected a small group of elites for too long. That group often includes Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Diddy, Tyler Perry, and others. Some believe 50 Cent is one of the few with enough influence to challenge them openly. Online discussions grew as people remembered older stories that now seem more connected. Stories about secret parties, stories about protected friendships, stories about celebrities who faded from the spotlight after speaking out, stories about actresses who complained about pay and were ignored, stories about comedians who were criticized instead of understood. 50 Cent is tying these stories together into one larger narrative about control, protection, and hidden power.
Not only did he not pay the cameraman, he didn't even tell his own lawyers. Plus this latest from 50 Cent and Diddy's own mom. Ooh, you gotta watch this one. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. As all of us around the world realize that the footage from the Netflix special Diddy, The Reckoning, or The Reckoning, Sean Combs, that footage of Sean came out because he didn't pay the cameraman. Well, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. Backstabbed on camera, Netflix's Diddy documentary reveals mogul secretly taped his defense attorney during case meltdown. He did not tell Agnifilo. Now, I don't know how that works. Let's watch this, because in this moment, you can kind of see he's filming. No?
Many say the timing is important. The Diddy case is recent. The public is paying attention. Alleged victims feel stronger. The media is more willing to question people once considered untouchable. This creates the perfect moment for 50 to act. At this stage, whether Jay-Z and Beyoncé did anything wrong is not the main issue. What matters is that they are part of a larger system that people want to understand. And when 50 Cent says he has footage, viewers tend to believe him. Right now, his warning has opened a new chapter in the conversation about Hollywood power. The message was simple: you are next. Even though he did not name anyone directly, fans connected it to Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Oprah. All three have long histories linked to Diddy's circle, to the entertainment elite, and to decisions that critics have questioned for years. With new footage reportedly in his possession, 50 Cent is preparing to reveal another layer of industry secrecy. It is rare in entertainment history to see someone challenge multiple billion-dollar figures at the same time. Most people stay quiet. Most people choose safety. But 50 Cent is breaking that pattern. He has already released a documentary that shook the industry. Now he is preparing what comes next. Whether the footage shows involvement, silence, knowledge, or hidden connections, one thing is clear: the world is watching, and the names involved are bigger than ever.
Footage included in a documentary produced by 50 Cent shows Combs capturing confidential exchanges with his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, who, according to those familiar with the situation, had no idea he was being filmed or recorded. Revelation has ignited a firestorm within the legal community and raised questions about Combs' conduct during one of the most sensitive periods of his legal battle. Is anyone surprised, though? Come on. Netflix documentary featured material shot by the videographer Diddy hired to chronicle his life during what he described as a turbulent time. In the clips, Combs appeared frustrated and angry with Agnifilo and the entire defense team as they discussed his impending arrest. He is heard accusing his lawyers of losing control of the case and mishandling key aspects of his legal defense. Well, I mean, you're guilty on a lot of it, so it was kind of hard for them. They did, I would say, damn good job given the circumstances. Sources close to Agnifilo say he was unaware Diddy had commissioned someone to record the phone calls, much less their private strategy sessions. The inclusion of this footage in a publicly released documentary now places Agnifilo in an uncomfortable and unprecedented position, with conversations that should have remained protected suddenly broadcast to the public.
Fans are asking if this will change public trust in the entertainment elite. Others wonder if the next documentary could affect careers, reputations, and partnerships. Some believe it will reveal important truths. Others fear it will create chaos. But almost everyone agrees on one thing: 50 Cent is not finished. His warning was not a joke. It was a promise. And now the remaining question is simple. When the new footage is finally released, will Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Oprah be ready for what the world might see? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe so you do not miss any new updates. And until then, keep it real.